First, let's go across to our other big story, the BJP lynching logic. Yes, the centre was quick to own up to the Swiss government's claim over the fall in black money deposits, but it remained tight-lipped over 4 days after the gruesome lynching of Rakbar Khan in Rajasthan's Alwar. It was the fateful night of 20th July when a bloodthirsty mob lynched Rakbar Khan on the suspicion of being a cow smuggler. But it was only 48 hours after the incident that the bone-chilling details began to tumble out, with an eyewitness testifying that the cops took the victim to custody instead of taking him to the hospital when he was still alive. The local MLA of the region even claimed that it was a case of custodial death even before any investigation had begun. On July 23rd, 72 hours had elapsed after Rakbar Khan's death, the nation was already outraged over the fact that the act of cow vigilantism had claimed a life, but then came another shocker. Another eyewitness claimed that the cops took a tea break on their way to the hospital. Just hours later came out the first CCTV footage of the hospital, which revealed that it was the cops' complicity that costed Rakbar his life. Over 96 hours after the incident, the suspects are still at large. 3 out of the 6 suspects, ladies and gentlemen, have still not been caught. The government's minister, the Home Minister at that, is calling it a case of custodial death. No political hand involved, despite the fact that eyewitnesses have called this the MLA's goons' handiwork. The Home Minister of Rajasthan already calling it a custodial death. So the legitimate question tonight, after the justification comes in from several BJP members, ministers, even RSS members, the question tonight, ladies and gentlemen, boils down to what's on your plate? Will it decide your fate in India? That's the question. But before we go across to the big debate, take a look at this report.
There were 13 different injuries and fractures on Rakbar Khan's body. After being lynched, he slowly bled to death. Cows were taken to a shelter before he was taken to the hospital. Can anyone justify this? There are those within the ruling dispensation who back and even justify the lynching. They are not the fringe, they are the mainstream. First up, a senior functionary of the RSS who warns that beef eating will lead to lynching. And then a BJP parliamentarian who stands by him.
उसका गोश्त नहीं खाया जाएगा, उसका दूध पिया जाएगा, तो यह जो भारत में और विश्व में शैतान का अपराध बढ़ रहा है, ये सब रोका जा सकता है।
और मैं समझता हूँ कि लोगों को भी समझना चाहिए, मुसलमानों को भी समझना चाहिए कि गाय वगैरह जो है वो उसको सब जगह जहाँ चाहे मन चाहे लेकर चले जाएं, ये स्थिति नहीं बनती। सब गाय की हत्या होने लग गई है, तो उस पर लोग क्रोधित हैं।
Next, we ask the Honourable Minister and an elected representative. Surely they will take onus and promise action.
इंद्रेश जी एक परिपक्व व्यक्ति हैं। उन्होंने जो कुछ कहा है सोच समझ के कहा है। कांग्रेस आज नफरत फैलाने का, लोगों में भ्रम फैलाने की कोशिश, चाहे लिंचिंग का मामला लेकर के, ये कानून का सवाल है।
सख्ती से कोई कानून गौ रक्षा के लिए आप तब तक नहीं बनाते, तब तक मैं समझता हूँ ये हत्याएं, ये मारपीट नहीं रुक सकती है।
Has the tacit support and open justification by top BJP leaders thrown an immunity shield around cow vigilantes? So who is the real merchant of hate? Bureau Report, Times Now.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And opening up the debate, BJP lynch logic. On the standpoint today, Pawan Verma, senior leader of the JDU, takes on Gaurav Bhatia of the BJP. As I introduce my entire panel, Shehzad Poonawala, lawyer; Gaurav Bhatia, national spokesperson; Pawan Verma, senior leader of the JDU; Tanveer Ahmed, spokesperson of the JDS; John Dayal, human rights activist; Juhi Singh, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party; and Dr. T.A. Rahmani, president of the Muslim Political Council of India. But first, on a segment that's called The Standpoint, where Pawan Verma takes on Gaurav Bhatia. And my first question goes across to Mr. Gaurav Bhatia. Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, is there any justification for the statements that have come out today from several BJP leaders who've said, cow slaughter hoga, log beef khayenge, to log lynch honge? Ye justification hai ruling party at the center ka?
If you ask me a very pointed question, I'll give you a very, very categorical reply. No. It can't be.
How many people have been sacked?
No, this is my time, I guess. You said, you know, in the face-off, I get 1.5 minutes, and I was very candid in giving you a very direct reply. Now, allow me my 90 seconds to formulate my point, Navika. First of all, I think Narendra Modi ji, from the ramparts of Red Fort, has clearly stated that there is no place for communal violence and hatred, and action will be taken. And irrespective of the religion of the perpetrator of crime or the accused, even in Rajasthan, there have been 2 incidents and action has been taken in both the incidents. Mr. Rajnath Singh ji also very recently condemned all such killings and said that action will be taken. And after the Supreme Court judgment, you see the sensitivity of the government and the promptness that a group of ministers has been constituted to examine the issue and whether a new legislation should be brought or not. 2 advisories have been issued in last 1 month. In the case of Rakbar Khan, 3 arrests have been made. The police officer for dereliction of duty have been suspended. But what troubles me as an Indian is, why is it when for the case of Rakbar Khan, Rahul Gandhi had the time to tweet, for Kheta Ram, same, an incident that happened in Rajasthan. He was a Dalit, lynched by some Muslim mob. No statement was made. Why are we trying to do politics over dead bodies? Why do we first determine the religion that the person who has been targeted has and then decide what our stand would be? This is not healthy for our country.
Your time is up. Your time is up. And I'm going across to Mr. Pawan Verma. Mr. Pawan Verma, 4 days later, out of the 6 people who were accused and who have been identified by eyewitnesses, only 3 have been caught. 3 are still absconding. And the BJP is wanting us to believe that action has been taken. Mr. Pawan Verma, there are n number of statements that have come out which clearly state what's on your plate will determine your fate. Can we actually defend the government on this one,
well,
Mr. Pawan Verma?
No, I think that I want to make 4 or 5 quick points in the time you allow me. First of all, in our country, there is a large number of people who have a respect in terms of faith for the cow. Many states have laws on banning cow slaughter. Those laws need to be respected. Point number 1. Point number 2, all violence is bad. So if there is one violence which takes place, you cannot justify another kind of violence, as we are hearing now increasingly, especially from the BJP, by citing another violence. Mr. Rajnath Singh said the biggest lynching was in 1984. It is no excuse for what is going on today. The third point is, that was bad, this is bad. The third point is that whatever the provocation, no one in this country, in a democracy with a constitution and the rule of law, has the right to take the law into their own hands. Fourthly, the level of brutality and savagery that lynch mobs are showing are an affront to our civilizational values, and all Indians must understand this. I understand it as a citizen of the Republic, and for those who defend such actions on grounds of faith, I am ashamed as a Hindu that this kind of violence and savagery is being justified. The fifth point is the complicity of the state. There has been a 96% increase of such lynchings in states ruled by the BJP, the Supreme Court asked them at least 8 months ago to come up with a plan of action, and they must
that's
tell
right,
us
your time is up,
Mr.
Pawan Verma, and that's the fact check I want to give Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, who's wanting to come in. I want you to see the facts of the case before you come in with a political argument.
They are the protector. They are the protection of those supposed to maintain the law.
Absolutely.
Also give me
the
your
fact check
later.
says cow lynchings, 97% increase in cow lynchings after NDA came to power in 2014.
Please request
50% cow lynchings.
Wait now, I am asking you the source, and I am asking Mr. Pawan Verma the source first. Please tell me. What is the source? On what basis do you say that, lynching has increased by 96 or 97%? And Pawan Verma ji, with utmost respect, went to the extent of saying in BJP rule state. I need to know the source. That is my right as a spokesperson of the BJP. Please tell me. No, sir, I am not asking you. Why are you getting troubled, sir? It is my right. Tell me the source. Which authentic source are you quoting? And I will end the debate on that.
India spent.
India spent is what? Is what? You call it authentic? So any organization comes out with a number on national television. Okay, we are supposed to say these numbers are sacrosanct, and we are supposed to debate. No, Navika. You give me NCRB data, Home Ministry data, any state government data, and I will abide by it. I'll take it to be final, and then I'll present my argument. Not India spent or Congress spent or Cambridge Analytica. Please, sir, I'm not talking to you. I am responding to Navika and Pawan Verma, and I will, sir, please. We are talking about Indians. यहाँ पे भी आप आ गए अपना India spend बताएगा या लश्कर-ए-तैयबा spend बताएगा. How many lynchings? What about, sir, please, Lynching Mato, what happened? Rahul Gandhi was hiding in the Congress headquarters. Dulal Kumar, those people are not Indians. Every lynching is bad, and we need to understand that.
Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, you have questioned, you have first defense. Okay, 1 minute, Gaurav Bhatia, your first defense is question the numbers. Okay. Defense number one, question the numbers. Your defense number two in your opening statement. Your opening statement, your defense number two was the Dalit who was lynched and killed by Muslims.
That was not my defense. You are wrong again.
That was the statement you are making.
It wasn't. What was my first statement?
I am saying,
my party's ideology. Now let me respond. I will tell you. That is not my defense.
Dalit bhi kyun mara? Rajasthan mein Dalit bhi kyun mara? Aapki sarkar hai.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that.
Same thing we are saying.
She is asking
why any
if he wants to come in between, then you can.
Because you are creating the narrative.
No,
because the garlanders of the lynchers are
whenever you are done, feel the pain of the families. Come out like this when there are killings of BJP and RSS workers in Karnataka. Rudresh was murdered. In Kerala, 26 BJP RSS workers. In West Bengal, there was Lynching Mato, Dulal Kumar, Kartik Ghosh, Rahul Gandhi did not even have the time to tweet. So you make it Muslim Hindus. That is the most abhorrible thing that an Indian can do.
Your party leaders are promoting to the lynchers.
See, I'll tell you something with utmost. Wait. Let me.
That's what the country is.
Don't heckle me. Don't heckle.
No, I'm not heckling you.
So be quiet now. Let me respond.
No, I'm not heckling you.
May I tell you?
Navika, Rakbar Khan is equally our brother. He is an Indian and we feel the pain. This is not about the religion, and that is what we object to. The cheap, dirty communal politics that Rahul Gandhi, Mamata Banerjee and Samajwadi Party type of parties.
And your party leader,
BJP,
your minister,
in both cases, the Rajasthan government has acted.
Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, I want to ask
you. Sir, you can't speak when I'm posing a question on the side. I have a person trying to heckle me.
Yes, you are a party in the government. Everybody will ask you questions.
Why is he heckling me?
He's not heckling you. He's asking you questions.
Okay, I give him this time of mine. You ask me a question, then
okay, I'm asking you.
We have
Dr. Rahmani,
I will give my time.
Dr. Rahmani, let me ask him a question. Gaurav Bhatia, you don't play the victim. You are the party.
I say we take the responsibility.
But if who said that lynchings are happening because Modi's government is becoming popular. Who said? Who said?
I know.
Who said?
And I think...
Have you taken any action?
No.
Have you taken any action?
Who said
cow slaughter hoga to log marenge?
So
who said?
I am responding to it. The party has not endorsed what Mr. Megwal
Why
said.
has the party not taken action?
Because
both these people are ministers in your government.
What the Home Minister of the country says is important.
Arjun Ram Megwal is a minister. Giriraj Singh is a minister.
And did Mr. Megwal himself
and you're saying you don't endorse it? Brilliant.
Play that statement.
Brilliant.
Now you don't want me to.
Juhi Singh,
complete.
I want to
Mr.
go across
Megwal
to
also
Juhi
said
Singh.
what Rajnath Singh ji has said. That is the party line. Mr. Megwal himself had said that. But you are not playing that statement of Mr. Rajnath Singh.
Gaurav Bhatia, there are four other hands that are going up. Yeah. Mr. Pawan Verma, I beg your indulgence. There's a lady on the show. Let me get in Juhi Singh and then I'm coming back to you. I'm coming back to you after Ms. Juhi Singh. Juhi Singh.
Yes,
Juhi Singh. Very, very, very stoutly defended by Gaurav Bhatia that we don't endorse these statements. Endorse हम नहीं करते, लेकिन आप लोग बोलते रहो भाई, बोलते रहो, आंख मारो, बोलते रहो, क्योंकि पोलराइज होती रहेगी सोसाइटी, हमारा मकसद हल होता रहेगा. Is that 1 minute, Gaurav Bhatia, allow me to ask Juhi Singh. I want to ask Juhi Singh, if the BJP has to walk the talk, if they have to not endorse the statements of Arjun Ram Megwal as well as Giriraj Singh, should these two ministers be sacked forthwith or not?
Navika, by defending these two ministers or keeping quiet and saying it's their individual view, the BJP is endorsing their statements. And it is the state governments which are responsible. So what has been said about the Rajasthan government or this particular clinic is not a balance sheet that you did this, so we will do this. And let's not play tweet. This is a serious matter. If the BJP is really serious and recognizes that mob lynching is a problem and it is increasing. That's according to the Amnesty International report also. More than 100 cases. Okay, sir. Mr. Bhatia, you are sounding very silly and very silly. That is all I can say, because this is not a balance sheet. You cannot
My
justify
question to
yourself
you
today.
is that police were sent to look for Azam Khan's buffalo when women were being raped.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you want to answer on that? Azam Khan on the Akhlaq lynching, when law and order was your responsibility, was writing to the United Nations. Do you want to speak on that? You are sounding silly or not? I will not determine. But I will ask you these tough questions.
Booted out of power,
because you personally
for their policies, for their appeasement politics. Yes, and the BJP has acted in both the incidents that have happened, and
people are not taking too kindly. People are not taking too kindly to the kind of statements that are being made by your own minister.
So, have you found any justification coming from any of the BJP spokespersons or the party?
I'm sorry, have I seen any action being taken?
Home Minister Rajnath Singh ji has internally...
Mr. Pawan Verma, today when Mr. Rajnath Singh made his statement in Parliament, was it not a justification? I mean, in 2018, if questions are raised about Rakbar Khan, should we go back to 1984? I mean, we can't ask a question on 2018 unless 1984 is invoked. Isn't that a justification, Mr. Pawan Verma?
No, in fact, I just want to say one thing to my good friend Gaurav. Gaurav, it doesn't matter if we quibble on the percentages. But you are an intelligent man, a good lawyer, and you know that the number of such incidents have increased in BJP-ruled states because there is a perception.
That is my right. I need to know.
Let me complete my statement. Let's have a civilized debate. Because there is a perception that those who commit such crimes may perhaps have in some manner, as they perceive it, the protection or the tacit encouragement of the state. That is why FIRs are filed against the victims. That is why lynch mobs, those who have lynched, are garlanded and ministers go to meet them in jail. That's why we have statements which appear to be almost a legitimization, a kind of justification and even an encouragement to the kind of violence which is a civilizational blot on our country's name. You must introspect on this issue. You know, Gopal Das Neeraj, Navika, please allow me this. Gopal Das Neeraj has just passed away, a great poet, and he had said, अब तो मजहब कोई ऐसा भी चलाया जाए जिसमें इंसान को इंसान बनाया जाए. तू हिंदू बनेगा ना मुसलमान बनेगा, इंसान की औलाद है, इंसान बनेगा.
शायरी की नफरतों का असर तो देखो कि जानवर का भी बंटवारा कर दिया, गाय हिंदू की कर दी और मुसलमान को बकरा कर दिया. दिस इज देयर वल्चर पॉलिटिक्स. आई वुड से विद utmost deference, in the JDU RJD regime there was a lynching, and instead of putting the accused in jail, the victims were put in jail by Mr. Nitish Kumar. So is that the same mindset that was being operated then? I want to ask very seriously. Now let me complete. Mr. Pawan Verma, I did not interrupt you. Let me complete, sir. Please let me complete, sir. Please let me complete, sir. My quibble is not with Pawan Verma. He is the most respected person on the panel, and at most suspect.
Don't quote one violence to justify another.
Sir, you are heckling me now, so I did expect this. Anyways, the problem is the selectiveness in the narrative.
Sorry.
There are 200%, you are saying 100% rise, 97% rise. I am telling you that 200% rise in the number of Hindus killed in the name of child lifting. But not once will this lobby or the brigade ever quibble about it, right? Washington Post articles. There's a killing last week in Karnataka, Mr. Mohammad Azam. Any Washington Post article was written because it does not fit the narrative, it does not suit the narrative. So therefore, I want to ask that when these questions are asked and when the narrative doesn't suit, you don't talk about it.
Dr. John,
and only Hindus are lynchers and Muslims are being lynched.
The charge against you is, and you're being called the lobby. I'm not calling you. Shehzad Poonawalla is calling you part of the lobby, which creates a narrative.
By an idiot. So that is
what?
Which creates a narrative that suits you. If a Hindu dies, there are no tears, crocodile or otherwise, that are shed. But there is a narrative that's created when there is a cow lynching. I mean, whatever. It's a crippled argument, but it's the argument that's being followed.
Lynchers and lynched have no religion.
Absolutely. Cow-related lynchings are a political project to divide and polarize the nation.
Some lynchings are good and other lynchings are bad.
In time for the 2019 elections. All other lynchings are equally bad. But this is a political
project.
This
is the new animal farm. This is the new animal farm. All lynchings are equal, but some lynchings are more equal than others.
This is deliberately being done.
You have once.
For John Dayal, the Hindu links in the name of child matter.
Mr. John Dayal, wherever you have been looking for you, and I think on Times Now, when we were discussing the murders of Trilochan Mato, Dulal Kumar, you could not utter a word. What about Chandan? In Kasgan, UP.
I was there.
So, forget the religion and rise above petty politics. You have to feel like in India.
Your party, the BJP, is a communal party.
Has Mr. Rahul Gandhi or Mr. Akhilesh Yadav, have they come out to publicly condemn the murders of Lynching or Chandan? They don't come out. Because first they see what is the religion of the dead person, and then they will take a political stand, and that is what we object, including you, sir, including you. Please, I said the Bachcha story. Bachcha story, Choti Katwa, and
cultural politics.
Six lynching incidents have also been reported from Karnataka. So while questions are being asked of various state governments that are ruled by the BJP, what about governments that are ruled by the Congress and now the JDS?
Navika, it's a very nice question. You did ask the lynching which was done in Karnataka. Nobody did really stood with the criminals. Nobody patronized. The government was not standing.
PFI,
like what is happening in the incidents in Alwar.
Arrested by NIA,
one second, sir.
Congress took support from PFI, CPI.
I have huge respect for you.
Please read that.
Rudresh,
so please allow me. Please read the charge sheet.
When you were talking. Let me just tell you one thing. We didn't understand it. A joker called Raja Singh from Hyderabad. He says until and unless you don't stop this type of incidents, lynching is going to continue. He's nothing but a criminal. Put him behind bars. Raja Singh is a criminal. What is Giriraj Singh saying? Why are you patronizing the criminal? Why are you standing behind BJP and RSS? Why are you standing behind the BSP? They are a bunch of criminals who are doing these activities. Why don't you really say the criminality which is done against human beings, whether he is Hindu or Muslim, we should stand behind them.
Lynching is different from that of a
What is it different? How is it?
Mr. Let me come back to the moot question of the statistics. I have statistics which shows that there have been
source, Navika source. If you have statistics, I need to know the source.
I will tell you the source and I will ask you the question on the source. 34 people have been lynched between 2012 and 2018 in cow-related violence.
2012 to
2018.
So give me a breakup after 14 and before 14.
Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, this is an India Spend study.
India Spend is
1 minute, Gaurav Bhatia.
I would not respond on India Spend statistics.
I will on this show complete my sentences.
Yeah, you do.
Okay?
Yeah,
wait
I will not
wait for
respond
your
on
turn,
India's
Mr. Gaurav Bhatia. I'm asking you, when the government was asked to compile data on cow lynchings, you know what the Minister of State for Home said?
Yeah.
He said the NCRB does not collate such data.
Right.
When such deaths are happening in this country, should or should not the Crime Bureau collate such data?
Now, Navika, two things. First of all,
is the onus on the state government? You will not believe any other data. You will not collect data.
Yes.
So you will live in denial, and that's your alibi. And that's your alibi.
Let me answer. NCRB data is not the only source of collating the crime that is happening in the country. Feedback from state governments is taken. There are home departments in the state government. Can you tell us, if you think that we have faulted, is there any state government which is not BJP ruled and they have collated the data? I ask you. So please don't make such challenge.
No. So it suits you that nobody gets. Nobody collects this data. Dr. T. Remani, it suits them not to collect such data.
Please, there is no lynching in IPC. How can they collect the data?
You know, 7 days back, the Supreme Court has now said, please legislate, and the central government is looking into. There is no
after
such.
The Supreme Court, after the Supreme Court observation.
Yes, please don't help.
70 साल में कितना बनाया law?
So now,
so before the Supreme Court,
there are provisions of law.
You were not bothered about it.
I'm telling you, please hear me out. Under the Indian Penal Code, there are offences that cover. If there is a murder, 302 would be invoked. The point is whether we want a special offence or a special act, and the government has now constituted a group of minister committee which is looking into it. And this is so prone. आप Washington Post को पढ़िए. आप इंडिया को लिंचिस्तान बना दीजिए. आप बोलते हैं ना. मतलब है ना. If there is an aberration or there is a, you know, incident that happens, they say Indian democracy is in danger. Minorities are in danger. That kind of narrative will not be said.
I want to look at. I know Mr. Gaurav Bhatia has a problem with India's spend data, but the government of the center, the government in the states do not put out data. So I'm putting out the India spend data. And what does the India spend data show us? Are Muslims easy targets? Look at it. In the victims of lynching, 55% Muslims have been lynched, 12% Dalits, 10% Hindus, 2% tribals, 1% Christians, 1% Sikhs, and others 19%.
This itself is divisive. And Navika, what are the credentials of India spend that we should be wasting our time over this data?
Study the phenomena, which is the larger question. The RSS is creating a phenomena in the country.
Has India spend included in lynching, the lynching of Tilachand Mahato also? If they have not, then how have they defined lynching?
About Hindu.
How have they defined lynching? We don't know.
10%.
We don't know how they define it. See, Navika,
why do we have to divide it? Why do we have to divide it on the basis of religion? I'm asking you. I'm saying an Indian has been lynched.
Mr. Gaurav
That's
Bhatia,
it. the government has to act irrespective.
I'm quite
So
surprised
is it
that
a wrong, suggestion that we are making?
You are the one who started this entire statement.
We did not.
Government is glorifying the lynchers rather.
दलित की लिंचिंग हुई, किसी ने कुछ कहा नहीं.
किसने कहा?
आप ही तो रिलीजन,
बिल्कुल भी नहीं कहा.
आप ही तो रिलीजन बीच में लाए.
ये तो
आप ही तो रिलीजन बीच में लाए. Who brought religion?
I'll tell you, Navika, this
we only who's not taking the religious
point
claim.
to show the hypocrisy and the double standards practiced by Rahul Gandhi, TMC SP. That when there is another person from a different religion who is equally an
ladies and gentlemen, is simply this. This is what the Home Minister of Rajasthan said today. Three accused are still on the run, and this is what the Home Minister says about the police. Nothing about the politically connected people who are on the run, but the police in the dock. Listen in to Gulab Chand Kataria.
जो एविडेंस हमने इकट्ठी की है उससे लगता है कि उसकी डेथ कस्टोडियल डेथ के रूप में हुई है. लगता है कि उसकी डेथ कस्टोडियल डेथ के रूप में हुई है. लगता है कि उसकी डेथ कस्टोडियल डेथ के रूप में हुई है. कह दिया ना गलती हुई इसीलिए तो पुलिस के खिलाफ कार्रवाई की. और ये कोई चला के कह सकता है क्या? ये गुलाब चंद कटारिया जो कह रहा है, कह दिया ना गलती हुई इसीलिए तो पुलिस के खिलाफ कार्रवाई की. और ये कोई चला के कह सकता है क्या? ये गुलाब चंद कटारिया जो कह रहा है.
Protect the politicians, ask no question of the politicians, and only point fingers at the easy targets. But will anybody ever get to the bottom of who's behind these killings and who's giving the free run to all the ministers who are making the statements about what's on your plate will determine your fate in India of 2018. That's the big question, ladies and gentlemen. As I thank all my panelists, I request you to stay tuned for the clash coming up on the Newshour at 10, because it's a big issue of debate that's been raised in Parliament today. Thank you very much for joining me on the Newshour at 9.